Greetings to whoever's watching this video. This is going to be fully improvised and it's going to be about voltage spikes in Ryzen CPUs on specifically Gigabyte B650i Mini ITX motherboard using the most recent BIOS, which was, let's see, it was supposed to be F6A, I think. Let's see, Gigabyte. Sure, right here. BIOS, there we go. F6A, yeah, this is exactly what I have right now. There was a way of checking it. It was a GPU Z, I don't know. Let's give it a try. GPU. Maybe. Was it this? Like, can this even say what BIOS you're using? I mean, how could it? It's not even the... Anyway. So, alright, here's the problem. I won't be able to show it live. Like, here's MSI Afterburner. All the sensors are pretty much fetched from Hardware Info 64. The refresh, the polling interval is 100 milliseconds, and the metric, the measurement that we're interested in is the VDDCR SOC, basically SOC voltage, right? So normally it's my BIOS settings are pretty much automatic. The only like change I have made to this motherboard in the BIOS is enable the Expo, which my memory kit is 6000 2 times 32 gigs C30 G.Skill Expo kit. So I enabled Expo, and then other than that I have some curve optimizer like settings, but they're very mild, like -15 on almost all the first CCD cores, except for like the two best, that they're a bit lower. They're a bit like, they're like -10, -5 or something, and then -10 on almost all the CCD2 cores, the second CCD cores. Anyway, so I have an Expo enabled and some curve optimizer, and that's pretty much it. Nothing else. There's nothing else in there that I changed. The VSOC is pretty much auto, and until now it has always been like this, 1.24, pretty much stable. Until now I've been using, basically I run this Afterburner thingy, the whole monitoring with the graphs and all. I run this 24/7, right? Like, as whenever I use my computer, whenever it's on, this monitoring is always on in the background. So until now I've been using the poll interval of like 1 second, so 1000 milliseconds, or sometimes I remember doing 250 milliseconds, but that was like for short testing purposes. Never really played games while running this monitoring with a polling rate of 100 milliseconds in the background. I never did that, but today I wanted to try 100 milliseconds, and I played Ready or Not for an hour and a half or something, right? Also, I'm sorry, most of you guys are probably now lazy because of the like you know, getting used to YouTube Shorts and whatnot. You probably can't just look at this like an unchanging image and listen to someone talk, and you know, being able to focus on someone's talk without like seeing any changes on the screen, right? You're probably never used to this anymore. But bear with me here, all right? So I played Ready or Not with my friend for about an hour and a half, and then once I was finished, I wanted to go to Afterburner and check my like values. I was like, huh, all right, CPU temperatures max was all right, it was pretty cool. And then I was like, VSOC, the hell? Well, right now we can't see it, but let me show you a picture of it, right? It's right here. I collected these. So right now for me the time is 2:15 a.m. right? At the time that I took these screenshots, it was pretty much 12 in the night, right? So basically 2 hours ago, pretty much 2 hours ago. So check right here. This is, as you can see, VSOC. and normally it's always like most of the time, the vast majority of the time it's 1.24. But then I've never seen any kind of spikes until now. It is only with the polling rate of 100 milliseconds that I was able that I was able to, you know, have the computer like detect these. So here you go. Max 2. Well, it says max 2.48, but it doesn't mean that it's this one. But the next image shows exactly the same place, exactly the same graph, except it's this line that, you know, that lets you read the y-axis, the value is exactly on that line. So let me show you. So here's that line, right? Okay, maybe like this, right? Right, you can see it right there. So this is 2.48 volts. Yeah, and it, like, just because the polling rate was 100 milliseconds, it probably doesn't mean that this voltage spike lasted for about 100 milliseconds. I don't think that's necessarily true. It could have lasted for only, I don't know, 5 milliseconds or maybe even less, but then it just happened that basically aligned with the polling interval, and it just picked it up. And that's also a possibility. You never know. So especially I don't know how these things work really. Let's see. So that was one of the spikes, right? That was one of the spikes. Going back here, so that's one of the spikes, and then if it was like only one spike in the entire lifespan of the computer, then okay. But then that's like what time was it? 12:17 a.m. right? That's a.m. right? In the night basically, right? Midnight, yeah. And then let's check. We have a second spike here. Can you see it? Let's let me full screen all of these. Let me reset the zooms. Right, you can see that all of these images are pretty much, I paused the monitoring here, so these are all pretty much almost the well, you can see the graphs are pretty like stable is not the word here. Anyway, the graphs are sitting pretty much still. The only thing that changes is where my cursor was at the time, and where my cursor was at the time determines where this line that reads the y values at that line, like where that line corresponds to. That's the only thing that changes. The graphs are the graphs are exactly the same. So I'm going to this image. Pretty much nothing changes except for this line, and then go to this image, and then the only thing that changes is the line. So when you look at this line right here, what do we see? Let's see. I closed up on this spike right here, right? So now I'm gonna go on it, and then you can see that it was 1.65. Now that's not good either. 1.65. That's really high, isn't it? And I would love to say that I wasn't able to get these again since that time, but unfortunately in the last 2 hours I saw at least, I think, 3 more spikes like this, like these. Let's see, here's one. You need to check right here. All right, this is our graph, the graph that we're talking about, VSOC. It's gonna be a bit hard to see, but like wait, is this exactly the same thing? No, this is not the same thing, because like check the time. It's 1:50 a.m. right? It's this is a different one. So I closed up on this, and I think did I not reset it? No, I didn't reset the max. I probably have a reading for it. Hold on, I have my clip diary thingy. They should all be here. Let me just check let me just check what I have the most recent. Did I just copy that? Right. I have this one. Oh yeah, it's, hold on a second, it's exactly 2.48 again. What? So the first one, which happened at 12 17 past 12, that spike was 2.48 volts, and then another spike at 1:50 a.m. That is, it's gonna be right here, yeah, 1:50 a.m. right. Apparently that's also 2.48 volts. Interesting. Let's see what else I have here. So that was the most recent one. Let's go one back. Seems to be yeah, the same one. Let's go one more back. Oh yeah, this isn't about VSOC. I took this screenshot because I saw some weird thing happening with my max core temp graph, right? Check this out. Check this out. So max core temp. Check this graph right here. All right. So what you can see here is max core temp. Well, it says minimum was 0. And now if you check these, and I did check them, these parts read 0. I have no idea how that happened. Could it be a problem with my computer's monitoring or the software's monitoring? Like, did the software's monitoring run into a problem at that exact time? Well, if it did, why aren't we seeing some weird stuff at exactly the same time? At exactly the same moment? No ideas. Also, about this line, this moment in time, that the SOC voltage like spike happened. I checked pretty much every graph I have on here, and I have like temperatures, GPU load. GPU load would tell me like exactly when I quit the game or like started it up or you know, whatnot. CPU, as you can see, I have CCD utilization, CPU usage, like the total one, max core temp, and the I don't know, this is package temp, I suppose, I don't know. The CCD temps, package power, throttling, whether there has been any or not, fan speeds, and well, I can just show you what I have, right? It's all right here. Well, I pretty much checked all of these, alright? Like, SSD temps, VRM MOS, we got VRM that, temperatures basically, yeah. I mean, not much, nothing much that's voltage related, but you know. So basically, I checked this exact moment in time. I checked the other graphs at this exact moment of time, and I couldn't see any kind of spike, any kind of hint of change at that very moment. So the only like spike that happened at that moment was with the VSOC. That's it, nothing else. Okay, so this screenshot was about this weird max core temp being 0 like 2 times. So I don't know what that is. Well, let me show one more thing that's pretty weird. I go to hardware info 64 and I reset. I think I reset this like graph, like these maximums like 2 hours ago or something. Or no. Well, it pretty much says it. Like, it's been 3 hours, really? Well, all right. Has it been 3 hours? Well, check this out. CPU die average. Like, what is this? Like, how can the average ever be higher than the individual cores that make up the CPU? Is there like a sensor that is on something other than like a core, and it's like in like somewhere entirely else, and that sensor suddenly gave like 1,000 degrees Celsius, and somehow that got the entire average up to 139. I'm hoping that's not the case, because you know what, SOC, I don't know where SOC resides, but if it has a sensor on it too, and that sensor's temperature also like, you know, adds into the CPU die average value, then basically that sensor probably gave something around 280 Celsius or something, and that would that get the average to 139 with all cores usually averaging around 50? Oh, you got 16 of those cores. I don't know. 16 of them are 50, and like one of them would have to be how much in order to get the average to 140? I hope that I'm just, you know, making up some very inaccurate and like stupid stuff right now, because if I'm right, that would be really bad. All right, what else do I have to talk about? Let's see if I have any other like graphs here. What's this one? It's the temperature one. It gets the sorry, the max CPU temperature thingy again. All right, I got like, see, I got 3 more spikes here. And what time is it? You can see it's 1 a.m. right? I'm going basically back in time here. I had 3 spikes. All right, 3 spikes. One of them was 186, and we didn't see 186 before, did we? Which one was this one? This one was 165.3. All right, so let's go back here. We had a, by the way, it's, yeah, VSOC. We're looking at VSOC. The spike was 186. Let's go, why did I do that? Right, this is working. Yeah, this is working great. Right, and then we had, check the time again, 186 again. Exactly 186. And then 1652, hold on a second. It was 1653, wasn't it? Yeah, 1653. Oh, well, but like, something's happening here. Something's wrong here. Like, this is pretty bad. I realize that this video took way longer than it should have. But like, if something happens to the CPU, what the hell am I gonna do? I didn't get this. I didn't build my system here, right? I got my parts from well, during my trip to the US. I got these parts from there. Like, if any of them goes bad, I'm gonna have to ship them there, I suppose, or even worse, go there myself, which plane tickets expensive. If something happens to that CPU, $700, great. And if it takes the motherboard with it as well, great, $250 more. And then will I be able to like get like what's it called? I'll basically, will I be able to get like what the hell's the word? God damn it. Can't well, a refund at least would be nice, but if I could just, you know, get sent a new one, a brand new one, that would be really good also. But like, I don't know what's going on. The next thing I'm thinking of doing is trying the F5 BIOS, because, well, I know this is a beta, right? But then I thought, surely if they fixed the voltage issue with F5 since it wasn't a beta one, right? Surely, if they fixed the voltage with F5, they wouldn't reintroduce the bug in the new BIOS, even if it's a beta one, right? Let's see. I'm gonna flash my BIOS to F5, and let's see if I get those spikes ever again. I didn't even do much, dude. I'm just some Word documents, hardware info, Steam, Discord, Telegram, WhatsApp. This wasn't even on at the time. Didn't. Some fan control software. It's a great software. Except for, like, you know, whenever it's on, things in the background, like whenever it's on the whenever this is on focus, it's in focus, things in the background tend to work slower than usual, I think. So that's not cool. Process lasso, that wouldn't do it. Nothing should do this, honestly. So yeah. Oh, and like you know, desktop management app called Fences. That's also pretty. It's been good so far. Can do the things that you could see, that you see right here. And like, anyway, I'm going off the rails here. So yeah, Gigabyte. I'm expecting some explanation here, or if not Gigabyte's engineers, like hopefully I could get a response from the engineering team, or like someone like that who can tell me who can tell me like with honesty, instead of like something like just going like, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it, it's fine, it's a part of design, it's fine. Like, I don't want to be lied to, right? Hopefully someone can tell me that these short-lived spikes wouldn't, you know, hurt the CPU, right? Hopefully I can get either an answer like that, or some sort of response from Gigabyte regarding this issue, or maybe I'll even blow up. Who knows? Like, this whole thing might actually like blow up on the internet, right? Probably not. Nobody listens to someone talking with a still image in the background anymore. Those days are like oh yeah, I wish I was as fluent in rambling as you know, like actual hardcore or overclocking Buildzoid was, because he's really good at rambling, and he's pretty like it's pretty smooth with it. Like, you can listen to him talking over and like talking for hours on end without getting bored much. Well, that's also maybe because he the things that he says tend to have some like informative value. That's one part of it. Anyways, responses please from whoever, I suppose, doesn't matter really.